Hi there. I wanted to share with you guys some really wonderful footage that my dad just recently found. It's from an interview that my grandparents gave just a few months before my grandfather passed away. It's all about their experience with the Actors Lab and talking mostly about Michael Chekhov. But in this little clip, he talks a little bit about acting, the importance of psychological gesture, and also the legacy of having family, children who are going into acting, grandchildren, and I thought it was really great. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Here it is.
Psychological gesture helps a lot too. Just to, if you're sad, to actually physically do it, or happy. It seemed like surface things, but it seemed to help sometimes when you get stuck. As I say, I use everything I possibly can to help develop a character. And his psychological gesture came in very handy, still does.
No, I've even used it in playing with our children when they were little. Now I do it with my grandchildren. We used to say, I wouldn't call it improvisation, but I'd say, now I want to see if you can be scared. I want you to pick up this glass of water here, and I want you to just show me how you pick it up. If you were really frightened, what would happen? And they pick it up and their hands shake, and I said, now, you're frightened. That's why you're spilling all the water. Do you hear something? And all of a sudden, their whole body, and I remember Jeff saying, Mama, you're making me scared. and I do things with them now with a handkerchief. I'll say, ooh, catch that little bird, pet the, and then just by pretending it's a bird, they'll let it go, and all these things will happen to them. It's a game they like to play, don't they?
Yeah. Atmosphere was very important to him, too. Creating the right atmosphere.
Yeah. They'd say you walk over and you see the car stopped on the highway, and you walk over. There's someone lying on the ground, and the paramedics are there. There's a certain atmosphere right there that you wouldn't find anywhere else. That moment, that atmosphere.
And a church.
Or you walk into a church. Services haven't started, but the organ's playing. There's an atmosphere,
Capture that. Make it a part of your character. Because you behave differently in all these different atmospheres.
Do you think Jeff and Bo sort of were influenced at all? Did you pass some of this on to them?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think with Bo and Jeff and our daughter, Cindy, she was acting for a while. She got married. That's on the shelf for a while, but she'll still come back and be an actor.
Well, we have third generation now.
Huh?
We have my husband, Bo, Jeff, and now our grandson, Jordan.
Yeah.
He just graduated from college, and he spent a year in England at Lambda, studying the classical theater. Now he's seeking his fortune, got an agent, and has worked in a couple of TV shows. He wants to be
I see a lot of our grandchildren. They've got the bug. Well, they're in it, all the time. They're surrounded.
They don't
Speaking of
the
environment.
reason they're talented, too, is young actors. I'm talking about 9, 10 years old.
And you're not prejudiced at all.
No, well, they aren't. Is that they don't think it's a big deal. They never say, oh, I want to be in the movie. Daddy, will you get me in the Never. Bo and Jeff never did that.
Not like you.
But I never did.
No, I was kidding.
But they would, if Bud would say, if he's doing a TV series, he'd say, you're 8 years old, there's a party here, would you want to help Daddy, down at his store? And Bud said, do I have to? He'd say, no, you don't have to if you want to help me. So we'd go do it perfectly, just without ever having done it in his life. And then about 6 weeks later, I'd say, Bo, you're going to be on Sea Hunt tonight. He said, oh, God, don't tell my friends. I'd be so embarrassed. Instead of saying, oh, I am? I want everyone to see it, And Jeff was the same way. They just thought, that's, your
They
daddy.
went to public schools, like University High and Venice, Venice High. Whole different world.
So when they grew up, and that camera came over like that, they didn't take any of it, Just what you did when you went to work, that's all. And you forgot about it afterward.